they'd really loved you, they would have gotten you of the peanut butter trees.
Seriously,
That's how you know your family is there
like
for
the
you.
king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead.
Ugh, every time Monomi talks, I'm like, I hate
Definitely
anime.
cannot be allowed. That's why I
Her
want you to
voice is
remember
worse in
this.
Japanese, let me tell you.
Everyone,
It's absolutely
do your
worse.
very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape. Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows. Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions? It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Are they?
I just wanted to like smash sitting their cheeks puffed out. Hell yeah.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
I guess that would be it, huh?
I agree with that.
I really love Sonya's like just shit-eating like little
Just as
smirk and
Sonya
that
said,
cut in.
She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hiyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose. Are you saying my gut was wrong? This will be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
No!
Oh my god.
That's not the issue.
Akane needs a win.
Ah! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up
She
right
needs it.
now. Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on. Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer. That's...
What was the autopsy? I think it was, yeah.
My gut is totally right after all. Hold on. Try...
So what was the piece of info? I would check, but like...
Sonya's testimony is the one that you want, I cat.
So I was right the first time.
Her kimono was all messed up.
Yep.
There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up.
I guess she can only...
She fought. That's the proof she was abducted, right?
I guess
My
she can't
gut
take
is
up
totally
her
right after all.
kimono, so I guess it's the first statement.
Hold on. Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono. There's only one
That
reason her
crap.
kimono would be that messed up. She fought. That's
Actually, you
the
can do
proof
it
she
here.
was abducted, right?
Really?
I think you can do it on the second statement.
Damn it!
The killer was the one who locked the door.
This
So
is new,
what if
I
the
didn't
key
know
was in her
it
kimono?
could revert.
Maybe the killer just put it there later. There's no reason for the killer probably... Hold on. Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up.
It was messed up.
There's only
That's
one
not
reason
the
her kimono would be that
contradiction.
messed up.
So.
She fought the killer.
Allow me to cut through those
Oh,
words.
she tried to take her off on her own. I get it.
The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Or the other way
Wear her
around.
kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I love his like just exasperated.
I get it.
Yeah.
I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes. Do whatever you want to me.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat.
No.
Or better
Hate
yet,
this guy.
make her
Why
do
do
a
you
little
have to
something,
be so
something.
horny all the time?
God, I hope he's involved
Then,
somehow, but he's just
People are
Hajime
dead,
wouldn't have assumed
bro.
that Hyoko would go to the music venue.
I thought we killed the worst character.
I mean, we
That
killed a
may
rapist.
not
This
apply
guy
to
is just
Sonia,
like
since she provided Hiyoko
an Elliot
with that
Rodgers.
information.
House?
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please
good.
stop!
Yes,
For his
incinerate him.
For my sake.
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
Killed Hiyoko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan. Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help
my
from a scum like
God.
me.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide. You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago. Huh? Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Oh my god!
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
That's strange. That's very strange.
Strange? What's strange?
Oh, on the stepladder.
I can prove it with this! If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
You noticed such a small detail! How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it. Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video,
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
Are they talking about the blood, or are they talking about the fact that that person did not have Ibuki's hair?
Alright.
It's not the
Oh my
hair.
god.
Would it be the fact that she is wearing her slippers?
Damn it!
Okay, then let's think about this. You think you can give us a hint, Seth?
Yeah, I can't really give you a hint on this one without just telling you the answer.
Oh.
It's pretty cut and dry.
Think back to the picture you saw and what's
Yeah,
different.
can you click the spot where the blood was on the stepladder in the picture?
It was in the first step, it seems.
Think more about the railing of it. It's not on the step itself, it's on the
Railing.
metallic piece. Yeah.
Yeah, but I clicked the railing. Oh, I clicked the wrong railing?
Here!
Ah.
The where you hit it, it was
remember now.
more
There was
the hit
definitely something
detection
strange about that
got
video.
it as the robe.
Gotcha.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue. What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
Oh my god!
What are you two talking about?
Gamers rise up, Mikan.
It's a different room, but I wonder what Hangman's Gambit is gonna be. The hospital,
Oh, boy.
hospital.
Filming location.
Filming location.
Oh my god!
I hope you guys are.
Let's
get
all
some
go to the
snacks.
lobby. Let's all go to
Let's
the
all go to the
lobby.
lobby. Wow, what were they thinking?
Am I gonna get a F at any? Oh, there you go.
There's the I. An L. There we go, combo. Sweet.
I pressed the wrong button there.
Happens to the best of us.
I didn't even realize I was there already.
not Temprod this time.
Surprisingly enough, no. Oh, thank God.
This is just getting
Actually,
silly.
you can actually let the matching letters crash into each other, I believe.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Yeah, see, they'll merge.
Why is it filming location?
Thank God.
I mean, it's the second floor of the hospital, isn't it?
Danganronpa is filmed
Right.
before a live
The size of
studio
the step
audience.
ladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
I mean, we are the audience.
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
Okay.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
Oh, another logic dive?
Yeah, this is... So I looked at this. There are 25 segments of this case.
Oh, how many?
With, like, each... This is 15.
Well, I guess it's...
So this is where it gets long. Like, there's a lot of leaps of logic we have to cover. We're getting really close, though.
That's the Hajime fault. Yeah, it does.
Isn't there still the speed up button that you can do as well?
I am hitting the speed up button. This is regular speed.
Oh God!
You didn't even realize.
No, I assumed this game made sense.
So this is Hajime when he's really trying. When he's not trying, then he's
Everyone's
like,
trying
really
to get
slow.
Hajime's attention. They're like, hey, Hajime, Hajime.
Buddy!
What does he do in real life when he falls like that?
No honest clue. Man, PUBG is really hard to set up, I guess.
You might need to slow down.
Yeah,
for
you
this one.
may need to slow down on this one, buddy.
Oh, thank God. Question 2. The tempo at the hospital. Wait, no, the hospital. Is it? We haven't actually got a game over at the draw before, huh?
I forget if game overs are a big deal in this game. I think that they're not.
You pretty much just get sent right back to the start of the previous sequence.
Good.
But knowing this game, it would probably send us back to Hangman's Gambit to punish us.
Now collect 20 rings.
Okay, question 3. When did they took it with them or increased the signal? They took it with them? Oh, there's more? Okay.
It's all coming together.
Chaos Emerald.
I feel like I know where the game's trying to go with this, but...
That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue. when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyogo's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Well, that's true, but in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor. I see!
Painted it.
The killer smashed the monitor.
Mike
to pieces,
Wazowski
destroying
ass answer.
As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not. My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
What? Another one?
So
Surgery.
you've got it, right?
Surgery room, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's
Observation.
conference room.
Conference. Oh, okay.
Is it conference room or Seth? And now
This one is conference room.
Ooh, man, this is doing some psychic damage to us, I think.
We're taking it, this is a lot.
we seem to be getting through them at a decent clip, though, for something that seems like it should be taking longer.
The good news is this is the last Hangman's Gambit in this trial.
I forgot the spelling of conference.
Woo.
It's alright, man. It happens to the best of us.
Room ends with N, right?
Conference room.
I got it!
I mean, it should be.
Possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? Conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Or did they make some kind of set?
They might have tampered with the camera.
I still can't believe he mixed up the filming locations. Hajime, you're pretty stupid.
Contradiction there.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
So I will tell you that you have the right evidence.
Yeah, I figure
Did the
it's
conference
either
room look
this
like the
one or
music
what
venue?
Sonia says later down the line.
Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Probably what Sonia says.
Or did they make some kind of set?
Or maybe not.
Damn it!
Oh, your health is low.
Okay, so to save us from getting a game over, it's Kazuichi's second statement.
And the music venue looked the same.
Which
Also,
place resembled the
Mikan.
other? Did
Mikan
the
pointing
conference room look
out
like the
a
music
lot of
venue?
stuff.
Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
That must be it.
Well, they're trying to convert the conference room to look like the music venue is the idea, so I thought it would be Kazuichi's
What the killer
first
did
statement.
was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain, but after the incident, it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid.
That
Get
curtain was
'em.
hung so the music venue would look like the conference
Settle
room?
down, Monami.
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is the same color as the music venue stage. So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence.
We are also still. What do you think it is?
Well, they just pulled the curtain closed to turn off the.
No.
Prevent sunshine from coming into the conference room. Is what
It's not that.
Oh, okay.
It's the candle. I'm only breaking this because if you guess wrong, it's just gonna reset.
I mean, I could have just saved and we started with full health, but
I didn't know
I
that.
can prove it with this. You're referring to the candle in the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But
Ow.
wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence.
this one is, I feel like is a harder one to figure out.
This case is really convoluted until it
No, it's
until it
just,
pops off.
it's just this one because it's hard to tell that that scene is being lit by candlelight.
That's why the
It's
killer
really
used a
feeling
candle
like
as film
Mikan
lighting
is the
instead.
murderer because she's the one that keeps
Which
being
means-
like, are you sure?
Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
Unless Hajime brought it up earlier during the investigation.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime, it's occurring in the conference room.
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
Like, I thought the idea was Hiyoko was killed in the conference room.
Damn it!
That's what I was trying to say.
Oh wow, I'm surprised that didn't sink you.
Okay, let's see.
I thought it would do more damage.
Let me see if I can still save. Nope. Oh, hey. Which one was... I'll save this one. Okay, let's think about this. Which of these is fake? Ibuki in the conference room? I guess Ibuki in the conference? Wait.
Isn't that what you just picked?
I picked Hyoka.
No, we...
menu.
Oh, okay, okay.
Then it's probably Ibuki in the conference room.
I see.
Hey.
The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki. It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video. There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
Oh boy!
It's Sonia. I mean, okay.
You're the only one! Nikon, you're the killer, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence? At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room. That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance. Put the
That's when
bag
you
on your
turn
head,
into a
and
gray
began
alien
filming.
with a great ass.
By doing that,
It's just the way it is. That's what happens when you engage in murder.
Your ass suddenly becomes incredibly fine.
Wow.
And showed that to me.
That's all you had to do, huh?
It's a high price.
Furthermore, I saw that video
Can't
at the
believe
hospital
this
lobby.
is. We've just uncovered the legend of Elizabeth Bathory in
Someone wants to go
Danganronpa.
to the conference room from outside. They have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
Please wait a second! What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible! There's no way I could kill someone!
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
Just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
It's fine.
Hey, Sonya, sticking up for friends.
In a tournament for socials punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation.
Wow.
Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to...
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
Hey, Hajime!
Can you hold on a minute? Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important
Oh God,
time like
spit it out.
this.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time. I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
What? Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
You'd better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
Actually, this is a game.
Please don't say such controversial
Wow!
statements.
Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Dang, that's a huge deal.
A decisive clue? Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from, this rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. And keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this. The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Hold on. I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along. What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
Oh my god.
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then, I finished speaking.
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Anyway, shit's about to pop off, so
I'll save.
Oh boy.
it's make or break for me.
Oh, crap. I guess I can't save.
She was
I
strangled
mean,
to death.
it'll just kick us back here.
Pretty much.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Yeah.
Did we fall for someone's lie?
What were you trying to say, Seth?
Never mind.
The rope is the right clue.
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
So the idea is that Mikan's autopsy would be wrong. Well, I guess not.
I feel like, I thought it was gonna try to point to Hyoko's injury on her neck, but apparently not. So I'm not really sure where it's going with this either.
You have a hint for us, Seth?
I kind of give you the clue. I'll say it's one of the I agree with.
Okay.
The body at
Think
the
about it
crime
this
scene
way.
was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume
I'm
it was
bad
a
at getting
hanging.
clues.
Oh, I get it.
The Monokuma file
They think
complicates
it's
this too.
they used what's used for hanging,
It
but
never specified hanging or strangulation.
nope. Will I die?
Crap!
Is this where we die?
I hate this dumb game over screen.
Yeah,
It's an automatically Hajime because he couldn't come up with it. Why?
Mikan's still hysterical.
Just vote.
Why? You literally said every reason why Hajime couldn't be the killer.
This is our end?
This is just how it always ends
We will never give up!
if it goes bad.
Yeah, I figure. We were so close.
I like they just default to you though.
I know. We're so close there.
Some Abe's Odyssey.
Let's see.
Also, fucking discussion, hope versus despair is kicking in, and I'm just.
I know. I love Hope versus Despair.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different.
That one and
Scars
Scrum
they leave would
debate
look
from
different, too.
V3 are both just got a really good.
You mean
I
the
mean, she
rope
is.
burn,
She
right?
was hanged
But we
regardless.
believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we
Yeah, but
fall
we're
for
trying
someone's
like,
lie?
did she die from hanging?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know.
Oh, so we're trying to.
Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
Oh, obviously not. So
The
I guess
Monokuma
we
file
have to
complicates
agree
this
with
too. It never
Kazuichi.
specified hanging.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Ibuki didn't die. She was strangled.
That's basically the. Though hanging and strangling, the scars they leave would look. Scars?
But we believed it. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
So. Oh.
That must be it!
I'm surprised you got that second shot off in time.
So that's what happened.
We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
So, yeah, my logic was right, but I just didn't know how to agree.
How to tell the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said
It
Ibuki
is.
hanged herself.
You got the
That was a
direction,
complete
but the game
lie,
wants you to
wasn't
find
it,
the
Mikon?
explicit direction.
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and strangling just by looking. You, Mikon, the ultimate nurse.
Why does he sound like he was gonna kill her?
First of all, I'm not a
I mean, he
doctor,
kind of
so I don't
is.
have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like that. That's why it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
You are right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got so careless.
Mikon nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her. It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikon because she was nursing her.
So Mikon volunteered to nurse us? Cause she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikon is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
You've got it all wrong. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you. I just can't forgive this crime at all.
You were gonna kill someone!
Forgiveness or not, we still have not decided if Mikon is the killer.
Hajime is, or not, sorry. Nagito is how you say real piece of shit.
He is a real piece of shit.
Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can do is back off, I guess. But is that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
But I'm really not the killer. There's no way. I'm capable of killing someone.
Is that really true?
Stop it already! That's enough!
I can't stop. I don't want to do this either. Of course I don't want to do this. But I need to do this.
You doubt your friends?
That's not it. I suspect them because I want to believe them.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Don't say
Sure,
deep
okay.
stuff. I don't really get it.
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first. Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want. I won't stop
These
you anymore.
philosophical teens.
Huh? Is that all you can say? Ah, so in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh? Justifying your actions
man.
with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault. Everyone always treats me like that. Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that! You hear me?
Hey, Mikan.
It's not fair. It's not fair. 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 Why won't you forgive me? If you did something wrong, you'd forgive yourself right away. What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
Is acting like this your strategy now? Well, this is annoying. Plus, to be honest...
I told you this
Yeah.
pop-off is a lot.
How can we get you to admit it? That's the issue.
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give us some? I'm the same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered two of our friends. That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair. Hey Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me.
Can you prove it?
Prove it? Wait. Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? That's right! Show me your proof! Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room. Treating me like a killer based on an assumption. That's totally crazy! I didn't do anything wrong! Why does everybody always hate me? Please, just forgive me already!
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally unstable.
I'm not the killer! That video... I never filmed that video!
It seems she finally started arguing for us. But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime. So, I'm going to leave this to you once again.
I guess because it's about the video.
We're the only one who saw it.
Why do you get to decide I'm the killer? Where's your proof? Please, forgive me already!
Okay, so
I'm not the killer!
okay.
We can't think of
I wasn't gonna give you tell you exactly what it is, but like you kind of need a hint to solve this.
Huh? Do you have any
So you have to copy a piece of evidence for this,
Is
and
the
that's how you
handbag
get
on
your
her
truth
head the
on it.
proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well.
Would you
You're
like
the
me to
only
tell you
one who can point out
what
the
you need to
killer's
know?
mistake.
So the bullet you
Well, I would think that we would be trying to get across that when Ibuki, you could see her hair hanging out of the hemp bag, and in the video you couldn't see the hair, but I'm not sure how to communicate that to the game.
That's
Well,
the bullet you that's the bullet you have to have. That's your
The killer's
Okay.
mistake.
So then killer's mistake and fire it at the hemp bag.
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Is the hemp bag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
You have to
Ibuki
fire
and
that
Mika.
bullet
Is
to
that
get rid of
really
it.
You could tell her body type under the hospital gown just from that video, just from that camera, just from that. There's no way you'd be able to make out her. So please forgive me already.
Hajime, you're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer.
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof?
You only get one use of your bullet.
Damn it!
I'm not the killer.
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh?
Would
is
you
the
like
hemp bag
another
on-
clue?
Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mika.
Is that really? You could tell her body just from that camp, just from that dip. There's no way you'd be able to. So please,
Hajime, you're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer.
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof?
Damn it!
I'm not the killer.
Okay. So there is
We can't think
something
of
that she
anybody else
says
other
here
than you.
that if Hajime was the only
could have
one who saw
filmed
the
that
video,
video.
there would be no way she could know that.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please
It has to be the
forgive me
camera angle since
already!
they already talked about the candle.
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed.
Huh? Is the hemp bag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mika.
Is that really your... You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction. Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
Mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle. So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious? Is it true, Mikan? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki?
Forgive me! Huh? 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 I was wrong. wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible. You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead. Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag. Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater? Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember the Usami decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that that tote bag is a limited item. So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible. Don't you think? That's why that video isn't fabricated, and I'm not the killer. So you'll forgive me, right?
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
Oh my god.
I still get pissed whenever we go to PTA. Because I did the whole game doing it wrong.
What did you do?
I just mashed buttons. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working.
Buddy.
I thought you'd have to push the button on the beat, not hold it down and release on a beat.
That's our head.
Well, now you know it is.
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited item! That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right?
I love this performance so much.
You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand?
Remember, you have to reload.
Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
This is the end! Monokuma mentioned this earlier. Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize, which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle.
Mikan, you killed 2 people.
Well, it's not. Who among us haven't?
You should just forgive me already!
This is interesting because it really makes me
already
think that like maybe she had killed people
After I
before
go
as
over your
well,
crimes
and
from
that's
the
why
beginning,
everyone's always
and show
been an
that you have
asshole
no
to
arguments
her.
Please, just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you.
Oh yeah, this. I almost forgot.
But also, who the fuck voted her ultimate nurse? I don't get it.
Well, what do you mean?
Like, she did a bad, she did a bad job. She killed someone. I guess in order to be the ultimate nurse, you probably had to save a lot of people's lives. Is the middle beat in that string of thought.
Yeah, this one, like, once you get... This one isn't too overburdened. It's just getting too...
Yeah, it's like the comic is a little bit of a gimme after all that.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw.
I hate that you can't fast forward through
That's
these.
why I'm going to start
What?
with that.
No,
to
these are
unravel
great. Shut up.
When I went to the hospital with Mikan this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time, when in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside. In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko and me. They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it. And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikan? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
I like how smug that drawing of her just made her look. Oh no.
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
It's been such a long time. This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you. This feeling of despair!
Mikan, you... What has happened to you?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
There's so many. So many. Thank you for freeing us.
I can tell where the hangman's gambits are because they dip pretty.
Right?
Why I like that.
I kind of figured something like that was gonna happen. I mean, that setup. It is like it's pretty satisfying, but I'm still waiting to see what she says before she gets killed to kind of wrap it up.
Yeah, she does have some important things to say.
Yeah, I like. I really like how the English voice actress handles that because
It
and
seems your
fourth snap.
arguments have reached a conclusion.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Let's go!
I'm kind of really interested in Mikan's backstory now.
To tell you that it was something that they kind of flesh out in the Danganronpa anime, and it's not great. Stuff kind of just about her, but yeah.
Well now. Correct.
Damn it.
I won't forgive you.
Hey!
She's having a good time.
Hey. Well, that's obvious. Hey.
What?
What?
It cannot be.
Perhaps... See?
Jeez. Isn't that right? Impossible.
Oh my god.
I love him.
Oh?
He's such an ass.
Huh?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
Huh? Huh?
My beloved was the only one. That's right. The only one who never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me. They gave me value. They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full. This is my reciprocation.
Is it Junko?
It's love.
Hey.
That's rough when not you. It does sound a lot like Jinko, yeah, going for someone who
It's so much
is
like
just totally
Junko.
rejected by.
Yeah. It's so much like Junko's MO.
Well... how amazing. Could it be?
This is... But... such despair.
Maybe remembering disease and finally remember our ability. Wouldn't that be cool?
Wonder what the hell our ability is. Hopefully it's not something like Ultimate Detective, like last
I
time.
keep thinking that. I keep thinking that.
Don't fuck with me!
You serious? Hey.
This is bad.
I can see how Alter Despair Girls ruin what the surprise around Future Foundation.
You.
Yeah.
For as ambiguous as Ultra Despair Girls, it's still it's you kind of can't play it before this game without getting some of the big twists of this game just ruined.
I mean, it's a hell of a twist, just thinking about it.
Hey.
Oh?
Of course not!
Oh?
That is...
Oh? Well... Do you understand?
Hey. Hey, hey! Damn it!
What really adds to it though is Nagito, because you'd think like, oh, if he's around for the Spare Girls, what is he doing on this island? Why'd I can? It's
Yeah, it's like, oh no, that motherfucker doesn't die. Dang.
Yes, indeed.
We're actually kind of getting to the part that I don't like about this.
Does Nagito do something?
Now then, I prepared
No,
a
it's
very
just
special punishment.
they
It's over.
they kind of lean into a lot of the real gross shit that they've been going on with
I
Mikan,
can
and I
go to my
kind of hate it.
beloved, who always forgives me. I can finally see them. Please forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
It's totally Junko.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I do like the music during this execution.
The
Let me ask.
Damn it! But... Isn't that right?
Please wait!
Damn it!
Wrong. Come on. Hmm?
You fiend.
Phew.
Hey! Hey!
Hey,
He's part robot now.
Yay!
So just as I thought.
Hmm.
However...
Fine. Silence.
Right?
All right.
Akane, this is just regular crying.
She doesn't get it though.
Uh-oh. Unbelievable.
Hey!
No way! What's this?
All right!
Hell yes,
Hey.
hell yes, hell yes.
Listen,
Hey, hey. Damn
God,
it.
is he gonna be part Monokuma?
Could it be?
It's our boy.
Huh? What the?
Yo! I've kept you waiting. Hey, what's going on? Perhaps you don't remember my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Who are you?
Huh? You too? What's going on? If you're messing with me, I'll stop doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed? Oh, you mean this body? This is nothing! The name's Necro!
Hell
Yes!
The rivers of hell!
Oh right, there's still a bomb.
Right. 9 days left.
All right. Woo!
Another trial down.
Halfway done.
Whoa, you need.
What?
Did you save?
Yeah.
Oh.
It saved after the chapter ended.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Such faith.
So that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You
All
doing
right.
okay, Seth?
Yeah, I had to suppress a cough there because I choked on my own spit.
No, I mean, are you okay now that Mikan's dead?
Now
I
that you
mean-
finally got your comeuppance.
Yeah, no, that's the point. Like, Is it time for me to? Is it time for me to die on my hill or be vilified on
yes,
it?
Yes, let's end this episode with you giving us a nice monologue here.
Okay, so I really like that character. It's kind of something that's been exaggerated and something I've maybe played up the exaggeration with. But Mikan is my favorite character in this game. She's not particularly a character that I identify with outside of, general anxieties that we all got to deal with. And she's certainly not she's not a normal character she's not a me character. For better or worse, I kind of wear my emotions on my sleeves, and it's real easy to kind of get a feel of the guy I am and the things I like. I really like Mikan in this game because I think that especially once that snap happens, especially built on the back of her English VA Stephanie Shea, that entire performance is just this very. It's really great. It's my favorite part about it, and it's just just snapping back and forth between hysterics to that very calm monotone. When I was first playing that, I was like, oh, this is really good. That's kind of the case that sold me on this game. And especially we've talked a lot about how this game kind of drags on, and we all felt it during that trial. But the next trial is worse, I think.
Oh my god, stop saying that
to me! No.
We're not gonna lie. We can't lie.
Yeah. The final case is going to drag on forever. I remember that as good as the final case from the last game was, it also went on for an extremely long time.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But snapping back to the topic, just to close, that's why I like this character as much as I do, and why this is my favorite case in this game, just because it's one of the few cases, and a lot of the killer stuff, I didn't do it. You see a little bit of a snap, and you see they're losing their composure. I don't think in this game, before that, there was. I don't think another character has snap does. There's always the ending. I don't know about that. I didn't do it. This is just a person who has done horrific things, just losing their That's great.
Yeah,
and it's great on the back of a really good voice actress. And I like Mikan. I hate a lot of the really skeevy stuff they do with her, especially her execution. You aren't here for that, but it was basically just her getting shot into space while having an orgasm. And I hate all that stuff around her because you've got this really timid character who you think is supposed to be tight, just breaks, and it's great. That's my piece.
Yeah. I was gonna say I get liking a character slowly snap. Celestia from the first game was a really good version of that. Whereas this character who has been on composure for the entire game is suddenly losing it. It's really good. And I also understand you liking a character not because you identify with them or anyways, just because you like them as a character. It's pretty much the reason why I like Nagito and some of the people in this. Nagito in particular, because he's just a character I couldn't come up with personally. That and Junko.
Wow, what's that like?
I mean, it's a discussion we had at the end, or it's a discussion we've kind of had off air through the voice chat that we used. Sorry, the text chat we used to do this. But up until Danganronpa 3, there wasn't really a character that I identified with. There wasn't someone who, that's me. And this has never really been a series that I've come to.
Yeah, but you're not really supposed to Danganronpa character.
Or only on a very superficial level.
Yeah.
Or aesthetically.
That's
aesthetically definitely. Yeah, aesthetically definitely. The only character I can say that I really have oh, this is just kind of me is Kaito. But that's the closest to it, and even then, it's not 100. It's not like 100 to 100. It's just this is the closest I've come to identifying with this Danganronpa here.
I kind of gravitate.
Contra rules.
Yeah, Contra does rule.
Yeah, I gravitate towards people I think are incredibly interesting, like Junko and Nagito. Yeah.
I liked that Mikan snapped. It definitely made it. It definitely was a good bit building up to her snapping, and I'm glad that she got a chance to snap instead of being like taken out, before she really had a chance to go off. I think that's a problem with a lot of the trials, is that by the time you get through the trial, you're so exhausted that there's not enough space before the character dies for them to really go off maybe as much as they need to. I mean, Fuyuhiko and Peko had to go off than most characters do before they get killed, which was good. But yeah, I wish she had even more time to just be evil.
So actually, I watched the climax of this case while I was working today. I definitely remembered. I thought that snap was a lot. It's like I kind of remembered you having more than just like two, and then the panic talk action with her just losing her mind. And so when I revisited it today, it hit the point of, oh, this isn't that long. I remember it being longer. It just made it's one of those things where I was caught up in the moment when it first happened. But
the horny buildup, I kind of wanted her to be horny for killing instead of horny for despair. But I mean, those are very similar. But I like. There's definitely like an evil horror game nurse stereotype that she could have been as well, and I'm not sure if I would have preferred that or not.
I don't spoil anymore about this game. Like, I know that you all kind of know some beats, especially since iCat was with us for most of the tail end of Ultra Despair Girls. Like, the explanation for who Mikan actually is and what she becomes kind of sucks. Like, I actually really hate it. I have a lot of... Go ahead, I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. I was just gonna say, like, I don't know if they're doing the, Danganronpa 3 anime after this or something, but I'm really interested to know if it was actually Junko who was, Mikan's thing, or is that gonna be a big spoiler for this game? I don't know, but I'll be interested to find out.
You will... Well, I think at some point in time you'll find it.
Yeah, you'll definitely find out before the anime badly explains. The thing that this game has, and I'm not going to go into specifics because they're spoilers, but like Danganronpa 1 and 2 kind of important myth arc. Danganronpa 1 sets up the fact that she caused the apocalypse, and this game kind of does that. But there's still a lot of you get a framework, but you don't get specifics. So there's a lot for you to build your mind up of how did this person do this. And Danganronpa 3 anime shows how that happens, and it's
yeah, I think Danganronpa's at its strongest when you're like, don't think about the specifics, just go with the
Yeah, it's you just go. In V3, there's like this little scene where it's like, how could she? Well, no, not in V3. In the first game, it's like, well, how did she do all this? How did she get all these? She just did it. I just did it. Shut up. Explaining it. Make it up yourself. And it's like that's kind of the attitude you have to go into with these games.
Yeah, it's just because it doesn't matter. Like,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just like she did it.
Yeah, she did it. You don't really need to know. It's not a theme of the story.
It's not that important.
It's not that important.
Junko committed borderline war crimes as a cult of personality, you don't need to know how she did it.
You don't need to know why, what Junko is interested in, or like how she specifically is, what she specifically like about despair. No, she's just an agent of despair. That's her thing.
Yeah, and the big problem with the Danganronpa 3 anime is it's I really like the anime, but it goes into explaining things like that really, if you're gonna pull the curtain back, you've got to have something damn good. And
yeah, that's the biggest thing. Is like, it just, I would, if they had really shown, like, if they had spent time, if it hadn't been a 24 episode anime split into two 12 episode halves that have to tell two different.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If we're down at some point, because the half of the anime that doesn't suck, we could probably watch that. And because I've got stuff to say about it, but I think it too much to go into that in too much detail right now while we're still playing this game.
You know, Polhoko, if at some point you want and record, like, it may not be all four of us together, but if at some point you want to just sit down and record that, and we just do that, I can rewatch some parts, refresh myself, and we can both get our by myself. So if that is something you want to do, I will happily show up.
Okay. I'll extend the offer again once we're done here. It does go into some stuff that I think is interesting.
I think the spare side is really good. They have to, that series is bought and sold on, this is the closure to the Danganronpa, to like the Danganronpa 1, 2, and Ultra Despair Girls story. And they have to cover a lot of ground that does not make sense.
Okay.
And frankly, doesn't need to be covered. But yeah, this is neither here nor there. We're at the end. We're all tired.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Buddy.
Yeah, good night.